What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we're looking at the brand new 2.5-inch Mario figure from Wave 44 by Jakks Specific. So this is the new articulated Mario figure that I was talking about when I reviewed the Luigi figure from the last wave. This should go by pretty quickly since this probably has the same articulation as Luigi, and this is the only new figure in this wave as well. So starting with the packaging, we do get an open window of the Mario figure right here, and the packaging is standard as the other. Here's the bottom right there, the side, and then here is the back. So we just get a shot of the figure, a bar read right here, and then these are the other re-release figures in this wave right here. So yeah, that is the packaging right there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack this guy out of the box and take a closer look. Okay, so here's the Mario figure out of the packaging right here. So most of the things I'm probably going to say is probably the same thing I've said when I was reviewing the Luigi figure in the last wave. So let's do a quick side-by-side comparison. So here is the older 2.5-inch Mario figure. So, you know, of course the new things here is the head sculpt, the entire body, and then the arms, as you can see. So here's like a side-by-side comparison. I think he's a little bit forward. Okay, there you go, that looks a little bit better. But yeah, you can see, you know, the arms is slightly bent this time. The gloves do have more details, as you can see where it is, where he's clenching his fist, and then the fist right here. As you can see, it looks a lot cleaner. It's kind of hard to show off because they're really bright white right there. But yeah, you can see that, and then of course the shoes is a little bit bigger this time. The colors are more vibrant, and I feel like the head sculpt looks a lot cleaner too. Maybe the paint, you know, that's another thing. The paint definitely looks a whole lot better here, and I think there's some things going on, like the hair. The hair is like a lighter brown, then it being a darker brown, and then the pattern is different here with the back of the overalls, as you can see there. So yeah, very similar to like the Luigi figure. The buttons being a little bit more clean, as you can see they're like a little bit smaller this time. But yeah, the head sculpt, I am liking it more on this figure. I did notice that the chin is like more pointy. It's not like as round as this Mario figure is. So yeah, I don't know which head sculpt you guys are probably gonna prefer here, but I am leaning a little bit more on this one. Maybe it's just because the head sculpt in general looks really good on this guy, and I also think the mustache on this figure too, like it looks really good. Like it looks more sharp. They did a fantastic job on the mustache right here, because sometimes on this figure the mustache, like the paint would always be like around the nose like that, for example, but here it actually looks really good. It might be like a separate piece, maybe, I don't know. I'm not entirely too sure, but it looks really good right here. So yeah, overall I am really liking this Mario figure right here. I also think the hips on this guy, I mean, it's almost similar to Luigi's, but I feel like it looks a little bit better on Mario. I don't know if it's just because there's like a less of a gap between the Luigi figures. So here's like Luigi, for example, but I don't know, I feel like Mario's proportions looks slightly better than Luigi figure, unless maybe Luigi's torso just looks too small or so, I don't know. But I am liking the hips a little bit better on this Mario figure compared to Luigi. But it is still nice to get some new articulation with the Mario Brothers in the 2.5-inch scale, and they actually look pretty good together. So again, they all got the more vibrant paint going on here. The hair is like a lighter brown, and then the overalls has like a different pattern or design really than their older figure. The buttons is like smaller. So yeah, pretty much that. Now the articulation is also very similar. So you do get a full rotation to the head, and then the shoulders, they go high about here. You get a full rotation there as well. There is wrist articulation, and then for the hips out to the side, this one actually wants to go a little bit higher than this leg right here, but they are really just on ball pegs. so you can move them around. But Mario can kick forward just about here, and then back not so much. And that is pretty much the articulation right there. So yeah, very similar to the Luigi figure. But I am liking this Mario figure a whole lot. I think what I really like about this is I like that how Jakks, they're able to add a whole new sculpt to their older figures and add more articulation and still like keep it at the same price point. That's pretty cool because a lot of companies don't usually do that. So that's nice that they're actually like doing this, especially they've been very consistent with it, because I feel like I've been reviewing these waves like back to back, so they've been coming out pretty quickly actually, so that's really cool to see. Okay, and now for an updated comparison. So here is the new Mario next to the rest of the figures, and they actually look pretty nice right here. Now, I do want to try something. This actually like came up in my head when I was posing the Mario figure, but since he can actually move the legs and sit down, I feel like it'd probably be best to see if he can fit onto the Mario Kart that came with the movie figures, and I'm sure it should work since he's the same, the same sort of scale as the movie one. So let's see how that works. And look at that, he fits on there pretty well actually. Probably would have been better if he had like open hands, but I mean, it works. He's kind of like leaning back just a little bit, but he is still on the cart, which is nice. But yeah, it probably would have been better if he had open hands and if the hands were able to like grab on to steering wheel. So that's that, but he's still on there. Well, he almost fell, but he is still, he fits on there pretty well, and I like that. That's pretty nice. Man, I would love if Jakks did like a Mario Kart line with these figures. I think that would be really, really cool. But I like this bunch. I don't know why the exposure is so high right there, but yeah, this looks pretty good. I like this. I also tried Yoshi, see if that was gonna work, and it's a little hard to do. It's a little finicky. You kind of have to mess around and kind of balance them out, but it works in a way. I try my best right there, so you guys can see how that looks. But yeah, I think so far this Mario figure is pretty cool. It's nice posing this guy and seeing what he can do, and I think the best part is you can finally add him to the Mario Kart. I think that was probably my favorite thing about this. Alright, so that is going to wrap up this review on the Jakks specific 2.5-inch Mario figure from Wave 44. I think this is a pretty good basic Mario figure. It's able to do a lot more things compared to the other one, and the sculpt and paintwork is pretty solid in my opinion. I think you're definitely going to enjoy this one, so if you want to pick this up, it is currently available at Walmart and Big Bad Toy Store. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review, and until then, take care my friends.